Okay, we're going to give you a little bit of a bonus. We're going to look at 4 different resumes. One of them is mine from 2010, and we're looking at the big picture. So we're going to give you a little bit of an example, and you can be the judge. Tell us how they look. So here we go. These are 4 separate resumes, and we're going to zoom out and just pretend these are actually on the wall. And let's hide this one. Number 2, by the way, is mine. But let's talk about number 1. How does it look to you, Danielle?
I actually really like it. As I'm looking at it, I'm noticing right away that it actually honors the Z shape that you've mentioned. That's kind of the natural, that specific corner is where the eye goes. And so although there's that space in the bottom left corner,
Uh-huh.
it's just about right if you were to fold that corner down across
Yeah.
it.
So in this top header, you've got his name and a title. You've got his, I can't read it, but it's going to be a summary. That's 3 to 4 lines. Then as you come down, you collect all that information, which is looks like skills and education. And then across the bottom, you'll pick up a little bit of those. So yeah, I think you're right. I like that. Okay, number 2. Now don't be shy. This is mine from 2010. What do you think?
For the most part, it looks pretty good. I like that it's pleasing to the eye because it's mostly full.
Mm-hmm.
There's two parts that are throwing my eye off, and that's the top paragraph and then the bottom, probably about the bottom quarter.
Uh-huh.
With that middle section that's completely justified in the center,
Yeah, good
uh,
notice.
it kind
What
of
does
makes
that do for you?
the top and bottom feel out of balance, maybe.
Yep, I totally agree. And this is my resume. So the justification in the middle looks really orderly, and then we got some scattered clouds on top and scattered on the bottom. Interestingly, this resume is a 2-page resume. So for the viewers, it's left and right justified again, and then I'm noticing myself that I do the bottom section is justified to the left. So I would be critical about that as well. The other thing that I'd be critical about that, let me go back to the first page, is there is a ton of writing in here. And I tire just looking at that. I know I'm going to have to commit 4 or 5 minutes to the read. The only saving grace is I have a list of skills, and I also have a too lengthy, by the way, objective statement. All right, let's move on to number 3. What do we give that one? Maybe a 60%, a pass of 6 out of 10. Number 3. Let me comment on this one. So I do like this resume a lot. There is just a little bit of color, and I think the optical character recognition software, the automatic resume readers, are going to be fine with that, but it also is pleasing to the eye. I love the fact that I see a summary and skills. I'm honored by the margins. It looks really good. And I also have some headings along the line that quickly make it easy for me to see what I'm going to read about. And these paragraphs are not too long. They're actually pretty similar in size. So I can quickly see across the top what I'm going to get, the person. I might suggest putting a title in here of what they're looking for. I'm going to capture the objective statement or the brief summary, some of the skills, and then I can look quickly down like an index to see some of the skills that we've got. All right, bring us up, bring up the rear, Danielle. What do you see on this resume?
It's full. There's a couple of breaks in the middle on the top and bottom, which leave me feeling like there might be some missing things.
Hmm. And your silence kind of says it all. It's like, what do I do with this, right?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to say. I just can't quite decide. It's not horrible, but it's not as visually pleasing.
Yeah. Let me suggest something and see what you say. I've kind of got a table format up here with 4 quadrants, and then I've got a paragraph format here, and then I go back to a table format. And so my brain's going, well, which one is it? Is this a table format or is this a tabular format? it just kind of confuses the logic in my brain. I'm also missing a summary. So if I'm going in that zigzag path, I'm going to pick up the name, which is grayed out, obviously. And then as I come down, I'm like, what do I end up with? These two columns. So of the four of these, this is probably my least favorite. It feels scattered, and we're not even reading them yet. But I'm saying which of these people are in the most order? I would say, well, let's say which one would you say? What are the most attractive of these four if you were to rank them?
I would pick the first and the third as
Yep,
the most attractive to read, and followed by the second and then the fourth.
yep. And that's exactly the way I would pick it up as well. I might be argue between 3 and 1. Mine too wordy. That just says I've got to have get yourself a big gulp because you're going to have to be here a while to figure that one out. So that's a commitment. So I really like this one, and I really like this one. This one's too wordy, and this one I just don't feel like I'm gonna be wasting my time because it's just not organized enough. Okay, hopefully that gives you an idea of this big picture. Tell us what you think. Would you agree with us? Would you disagree? And what do you think about the picture in general? All right, head off to the next video.